Brisbane South State Secondary College is an establishing school, opening in 2021 and located in Brisbane's Knowledge Corridor. Our motto, Novo Desire Mundo, which means learning for a new world, guides us as we redefine what modern learning looks like, especially when it comes to digital learning. We're 100% digital here, which means no traditional textbooks. Instead, students and staff work with stylus-enabled devices, using digital inking as a core part of teaching and learning. This isn't just about keeping up with the times, it's about empowering students to create and learn within the same digital space that they'll eventually shape as adults. Our vision encompasses thinking globally and acting locally, equipping students to contribute to the world. We're proud to collaborate with some of the best, including University of Queensland as a foundation learning partner and Microsoft as a Microsoft Showcase School since 2021. With a deep learning framework embedded across all our programs, we're constantly looking to connect our students' learning to real-world challenges. Now, I want you to close your eyes and picture how technology has transformed teaching and learning. And if you thought that technology has been a disruptor in teaching and learning, so did we. Whether this disruption is good or bad depends on several factors. Think back to the early 2010s, when laptops were first introduced to every student, or even further to the emergence of Google and YouTube. Each of these tech disruptors reshaped learning in its own way. And now we're facing the rise of artificial intelligence. When these disruptors appeared, did you jump in, pause and wait, or completely ignore them? Your professional identity, perspectives, and experiences likely shaped how you responded in using tech disruptors even as they became the norm. The evolution of technology in the education space today is evolving so rapidly. It seems, on the whole, just easier to use it to do the same old things in new ways. At Brisbane South, we're pushing beyond simply repackaging traditional content digitally. We're asking if our pedagogical use of technology truly unlocks new levels of learning, and to what extent our teachers feel ready and equipped to navigate this frontier and amplify our dynamic curriculum. So, this led us to the question, what does an astute digital practitioner look like? Our research revealed the following key finding: that there is very limited scholarly research and evidence about effective digital pedagogy, particularly from the years prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, which fundamentally impacted, shaped, and transformed online learning. This prompted us to wonder about what barriers teachers faced in their professional learning about digital pedagogy, and what was out there for teachers to access. We also wondered about the transferability of good teaching practice to digital pedagogy. This gap in academic literature and knowledge prompted us to collect new data about effective digital pedagogy. To collect this data, we created a survey to investigate the pre-existing expertise that teachers hold in the area of digital pedagogy. To inform our research questions, we leveraged the science of learning principles, literature on teacher identity, and adult learning frameworks. We were not able to cover all 12 of the SOL principles in our survey, so we focused on just 3. These 3 include written text and spoken word do not mix, visual images and spoken word mix well, and spatial predictability guides attention. We interviewed 8 BCCC teachers from a variety of curriculum areas. The only exceptions were HPE and technologies, with a wide range of teaching experience. The interview was conducted in a relaxed colleague-to-colleague format. We then asked teachers to record a video reflection on one of their lessons on OneNote. The purpose was to capture the different approaches to lesson planning on a digital platform. This revealed the intentional choices teachers make around their digital pedagogy. Limitations of this approach included a small sample size and limited existing methodologies that could be adapted and applied for deeper research. Through our analysis, we identified that identity and values appeared more influential than hardcore technical skills. The themes we identified are self-efficacy, collective efficacy, motivation, teacher identity, and professional agency. Self-efficacy is the belief in one's ability to successfully handle the requirements and challenges related to teaching. Participants indicated that astute digital practitioners have high self-efficacy through active learning, experimenting with, and integrating new digital tools in the classroom. Motivation drives those with high self-efficacy to make choices around digital pedagogy. In our sample, student engagement and time were key motivational factors. Decisions were influenced by wanting to educate and be engaging, which led to discussions around whether technology was educating or edutaining. Using technology for the sake of it was not rated highly for good digital pedagogy. The influence of time was multifactorial, changing depending on the phase of the teaching and learning cycle, the day of the week, and the time of day. The identity of an astute digital practitioner appears to be shaped by the values of what makes a good teacher and a willingness to try new things. A sense of being left behind or ineffectively preparing students for their futures was a common concern that drove teachers to explore how technology and digital tools can support learning. This concern and how teachers approach it showed professional agency influenced digital pedagogical choices. All teachers indicated experimentation, informal professional development, and the school culture influenced their choices to use various digital platforms. Teachers were keen for more professional development around digital platforms and tools to engage and support learners. The decisions that participants made on what platforms and digital tools were commonly used showed a collective efficacy has developed around learning. Is the astute digital practitioner an individual or a collective of highly performing teachers? Either way, the culture of the school needs to be conducive to an environment where teachers feel safe to take pedagogical risks. The responses from participants highlight the challenges and opportunities of implementing digital approaches to learning. The concept of an astute digital practitioner is evolving into what we call the Digigogue. This describes an educator skilled in blending digital tools with pedagogical insight. We are seeing that the culture and shared values, both individual and collective, create the conditions for teachers to thrive as digital practitioners. Taking these themes into account, we see that professional learning is essential. This means that we need to rethink professional development. It must be differentiated, needs-based, and context-driven to support teachers to be confident and capable in using technology and tackling the disruptors in education to prepare their learners for the new world. Looking ahead, we plan on expanding our survey, refining the survey questions, and adding workshops to explore definitions and learning needs around digital pedagogical practice. We're also aiming to bridge the gap between knowing and implementing, supporting teachers in becoming Digigogues. We plan to achieve this by creating differentiated, needs-based and context-driven professional development opportunities for our staff and by creating a bank of resources to assist our community of self-efficacious teachers on their digital pedagogical journeys. The goal is to help our staff evolve confidently into digital educators who are ready to engage students in meaningful ways. A huge thanks goes out to our Foundation Principal, Kirsten Ferdinands, and the members of our Leveraging Digital Committee. And of course, a shout out to the Brisbane South teachers who shared their insights. Your vision and voices are what make this work possible.